Trust me, if it was still on, it don't matter if he died or not.
Listen, Bozo can never truly die. It'll just he'd just be represented by a new Bozo. But the Svengoolie, Rich Coast is the son of Svengoolie, so it's impossible to replace him.
Gotcha.
He's an icon. So if you hadn't had an opportunity to experience a little bit of Svengoolie, Google him.
Okay, I will refamiliarize myself.
You need to get Ghoulified.
Yep, and as it's stated, we currently understand now that through production and timing and over periods of the better portion of 3, possibly 4 decades, Rich Coase and his family are also owners of the CIU.
Yes, they are. Oh. Yes, and I would just like to say, I am elated. I'm so happy because what you guys have.
And we are elated for you, Mr. Elation.
Yeah.
What you guys have to realize, the studio is literally like 2 miles away from where I grew up. So this little black kid that was labeled LD that couldn't read until like the 6th grade. Now I'm going to be an on-air television personality in Chicago, where I was born and raised, the town that I love. And it just goes to show that no matter where you come from or what you do or what people say about you, you don't have to let someone's opinion become your reality. And if you stay true to who you are and stay faithful and focused and consistent and committed, you will be successful. And Mag One knows better than anybody some of the challenges that I have overcome and some of the obstacles. I mean, everything from sleeping in my car for 3 months in Marina Del Rey in California to not knowing where my next meal was going to come from to, hey, Marco, can you send me like $50 because I don't have nothing? No, this is real talk. My boy, literally giving me something when I have nothing.
In many ways.
And it's just, guys, it's one of those things where this is that moment for me where I'm so humbled and appreciative of the people that's been there with me from the beginning.
The commentary on the ship. And so we was looking because it wasn't anything funny. You could walk through it and hear the moans of these people just struggling and dying. You can hear it. And we felt that pain. But those that were of another nationality, they laughed because they couldn't understand it. So for me, I can only take a black man. I can't do anything. Nothing else is better for me. Nothing else is best for me, but a black man.
No, I get it. I'm saying I get that. But don't, tear down somebody else for choosing somebody.
I'm not tearing down no one else, but I'm going to let you know she can never understand you like I can understand you. Period. She can sympathize with you. Yeah. But that's about it.
Right, because let's just fast forward to today with the police and things like that. God forbid the police.
These folks ought to be held accountable who've actually spent this money poorly in the past. They ought to be held accountable. But we got to do everything we can now to save a generation of people. These are young people. Most of the folks who've been shot are under the age of 40. Under the age of 40.
And the devastation of those being shot affects the families, affects the mothers, the fathers, the siblings, and everyone is affected, not just the people who are doing the shooting and those who are getting shot. It's affecting our neighborhoods and the mindset of how and our inability to come up out of this predicament. And so it's important for us to push forward with leaders who love the people and care about the people, not about their status, but how they can move this agenda forward to reduce violence in our neighborhood and bring some respect and admiration to the love that we share with each other again.
Some residents.
That's what I think.
I didn't start using one until 42. If I would still be married if I knew about it.
So you like oral sex more than just penetration?
People will be volunteering to help me, and they won't even know what the cause is for. Woo! Talk about a scam artist. Oh, don't even get me started. Okay.
If that was me and I had a show on Intellectual Radio and you trying to scam me out of my hard-earned money, I would send her an email, leave her a voicemail, and tell her to tune into my show because I'm from the broadcast locally, nationally, internationally on IntellectualRadio.com, which is an iHeart radio station, and I'm going to let the entire world know that she is a scammer. And when I get through with her, she'll be running to me to give me my money back.
Yeah, we know the answer to that. But what I'm saying is that Sherry is your co-host. And I think I got to agree with Right. That's the problem, right?
He asked first, because if it's me, this is my show. And she asked first.
But I don't think it should be a problem, though.
You're scrubbing away your every trace, and soon they will forget you, all of them. Your friends will begin to leave you off the holiday list. Your tongue and hands a passing billboard on ex-lover highway. Women will squint at your name like a song no one remembers the title of anymore. All of this is inevitable. But every man is the most important man in the world for 10 seconds, like the time you pulled that girl from the deep end of the pool, but that didn't make the paper, did it? You just floated off to the far end, hoping someone didn't know.
A platform to discuss that everything that we talk about and that we know about is not low level, and that the foods that we eat and or have been exposed to, that we too can experience the finer things of life. So we're going to take a musical break.
Did I really? But I go back and listen. Unlike a lot of hosts, a lot of artists, maybe they don't go and I go and listen to myself speak. I know that I need to slow down. I know that I shouldn't have too many of these before I love coffee. Right before the show, it gives me energy. But and so when we talk about information, we really are talking about what's trending.
Okay.
What's going on in the world today? The world.
Absolutely.
Not just the earth. Right. And then
Of course, Dree is in rare form this evening, guys. It's a Master Field show.
It's 420. I gotta be a little silly because there's like millions of people around the world right now looking at it out the window at something, and they can't figure out why they've been looking at it for 45 minutes.
Amen to that. And they got the sickest munchies right about now.
Oh my God, the best snacks ever. And you know what? We live in America, honestly. If we live in a country with some of the best snacks ever, and we're constantly evolving the snack so that they're just even more epic. So, for example, okay, a pizza place that shall go unnamed because they don't pay us for branding.
Amen to that,
they
pizza
have a
place.
Pizza, no lie, they have a pizza where the crust is miniature wieners wrapped in pizza crust. What?
You made some homemade chili, and you gonna give out chili until it's gone.
Free kisses
chili.
to all the beautiful.
No kisses. None. I ain't putting my lips on nobody.
I'm talking about me.
Mike, you ain't me.
To all the pretty.
You not doing that
To all the
neither.
pretty.
Mike ain't giving out no free nothing.
Bring your STD results first.
What if you're not pretty?
What if you're not pretty? If she's not pretty.
Yeah, no, but you can't do that.
Okay.
You gotta give it to everybody, and I hope the right one come up on you too.
Like who?
Oh, I hope one come up to you looking like Respucia.
You know I like them young.
Cool girl.
And then I went bowling Sunday at Linwood Bowling Alley.
Okay.
And I met the most wonderful young lady. Her name is DeQuincia Johnson, no relation. But she's the owner of a non-for-profit organization for scholarships and services for the youth.
Okay, that is wonderful.
And I won the dope prize.
What was the dope prize?
$45.
Right on.
That's
around
that.
all day.
Continue to talk about it. This was like my favorite part. You know,
What?
like
You just start. Wait till you get to the book. You're gonna have a whole lot of.
No,
Okay.
you don't even know what it
Okay,
is.
well, let me be quiet.
When I first opened it, you know, and I read, and I have favorite authors and stuff like that, you know. And I say that to say that that's like one of the best introductions I've ever had to a book. I mean, you know, like when we read Steve Harvey's book, or when you read like J. California Cooper, I have people that I enjoy their books, but there's reasons why, and I'm like, oh wow, this just starts off just like with, you know, I just thought it was great.
Some live
way to
behind the
start.
scenes imagery and views. I hope you were not watching with the kids. All right, that's all right, because Earl was doing my job. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to take my slot. Y'all know I'm possessive about the mic. Hey, speaking of that, Earl, I will not be here next Monday. So everybody know that I will not be in. We'll be taking a break.
And this is an old group, you know, so he was doing what he loved to do.
Right.
And he was looking good doing it. You know, they had on they was all dressed up. And
Oh, really?
Pristine. Yeah, because they was ready for that concert on Sunday.
Okay.
So that was really
Help the Black community get out of this poverty mindset that we have of always not having nothing, always living from paycheck to paycheck, not thinking about entrepreneurship, and not thinking,
That's big.
yeah, that's huge right there.
That's on the top of my list. Our young people need to be taught to be bosses, not
Yes.
employees. Don't, train yourself to be somebody's lunky, be the boss.
Well, and that's what I want to talk to
Yeah.
some of these brothers about, is empowering our young people psychologically to be their own boss and teach
the first
them.
thing is stop blaming yourself. That's number one. Get past it, get over it, and get to work. Don't get overwhelmed. Get some support, even if it's someone that you don't know, because a lot of times our friends, they love us to death, but they don't understand it. Link up with someone that has a child with a disability that's around the same age, that's newly diagnosed, just like you, and you can go on the journey together.
My neck, hair on my back, and a beard. That's a personal transition. I need to deal with that. Why do I make that problem the world's problem? You gonna hair on your neck. Now you spending all this money to get yourself fixed. I want hair on my chin. I want a beard, and I want hair growing out my ears. Now you going and making all these. You're making this big transformation, and you want the world on your side now. Go ahead and make it, and don't care what the world say. But you have children that's dealing with everyday situations that they ain't signing up for, and you're neglecting them.
So guess what? What we're gonna do right now is, I don't want you guys to touch that dial. I'm gonna tell you something. You better pick up your pen, piece of paper, and take notes, because every Cats Out show, we're gonna do two things. We're gonna educate you, and we're gonna motivate you. So today's show, get yourself a pen and a piece of paper. I don't want you to blink. I don't want you to dial. Stay there for a while. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and keep this show. And you know what? I'm sorry. We just letting the cat out the bag on people today. So Miss Manny, if you can tell us exactly who you are, what you do, and what free information can you give our people today?
Awesome. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for allowing me to, speak on your show. So I'm definitely to let the cat out the bag on this one, because the information that I'm going to share is going to set some people free to travel the world and to make some money. So to keep it very simple and very short, what I do is I show people how to save and make money in the travel industry through a lovely company while you're working from home. So if you're looking to, travel a bit more, or if you're an avid traveler, this is definitely the way to go. The way the company is set up.
What would you say to them if they were sitting on the fence, didn't know?
Oh, you mean about supporting me?
Supporting you.
Well, that's a decent question, but after 30 years, they either like me or they don't.
Just that simple, right?
I'm not going to drop somebody that doesn't like me to support me.
Right.
I've had a group of people tell me, I don't really like you, but as long as you do the job, I'll support you. I appreciate that, because too many decisions in politics are made of the way a person looks or how they comb their hair. It's amazing how people vote, or if it's a cute name. And it's like, most people.
They still have locations here in Chicago?
No. We used to do lockdowns like West Poppins, Studio 79, Brothers Palace, the Ultimate Club Premiere, all them places.
I think I'm
Old
gonna have to
school
one.
stuff, Penthouse.
I'm gonna open one.
Look, that's an ex-stripper right there on my live feed. Sean, his name was, what was your name? Oh, Mercedes. His Mercedes.
Sean White?
Sean, yeah, Sean
White from the Heights? Oh,
your boy from the Heights.
What's up, man? What's going on?
That's all.
I've been working in this hotel for about 20 years now. And today I go to pick up my check.
So let's turn to trying to understand some terms that I've heard. And those terms, SOL, sound like you out of luck on that one.
It's just the opposite. You're actually in luck if you're a defendant.
And Nolly, Proce, can you expound on that? And
well, both of them are pretty much dismissals.
Okay.
Both of them are dismissals. The main issue is when it's Nolly process, usually that's it. In 99.9% of the cases, that's it. Stricken off leave basically means they're dismissing it for the moment. It's usually a permanent dismissal. Stricken off leave, usually you have about 30 to 40 days at the most.
Thank you very much for being who God is calling you to be. And I'm for sure there's levels in terms of other things that he would have for him to do. And it's always going to look like that.
always going to look like that in terms of you getting to the next level, because there's somebody that truly God has positioned in your life. You may not even know it, but they're there waiting on you to become who you are, that God has called you to be, so that you can help them in whatever it is that God has for them. But you just have to get there. And that's the next, whatever it is.
Because again, when it's a recession, we got a depression, and people are flooding in to take those jobs.
Right.
Now and then, if you pay attention, did you see what happened today with this Fight for 15? That Wendy's just announced that they're going to, instead of paying people $15 an hour to make hamburgers, they're just going to pay computers, and you'll put your own order in there.
Yeah, that's what was going to happen.
And so, as we continue to lose jobs, we're still encouraging people to come here and take them. You know, I don't know.
You sound like
Explain.
At her very first Prince concert, what happened now?
Well, I thought it was a good idea to go ahead and take a break, because Prince had just started and was getting going, and it was getting to all my favorite songs. So I was like, okay. So on my way back to my seat, and of course, one of my favorite dance tracks, which was Little Red Corvette, comes on. I'm like, oh, baby, I'm much too fast. I must dance to this song. But mind you, I had a uniform for my very first Prince show. Part of that was my old school screen print Purple Rain t-shirt, which was him on his purple motorbike with his tongue out, all sexy like.
Facebook, they'll
So
say
very
like
cute.
and share. But some people inbox and they're like, I call them chain letters. Some of them I don't get into. But when they send me one like that, I have 10 people that are in my circle that I'm close to that I can send those to. So you don't send that to everybody. You can't.
No, you can't send it to
So anyway, I said that to say, because Prince went to sleep. He didn't wake up. Doug Banks went to sleep. He didn't wake up. And what they have in common is that they were 57 years old. Young, very young, very talented men. I mean, Doug Banks came from, I believe he was born, he started in Detroit or somewhere. Okay, and he started on like a country and western
Who want to sit
station.
in the church and complain about the pastor, but yet they won't leave? Close the door. Close the door on that energy. Close the door on those people. Close the door on those places. Move around. To thine own self be true. If you are to redeem your time and truly see that every day that you get is a gift, they use that today as a present. Every day is a gift. And because you are still here, that means you've taken advantage of that gift. Then you have to treasure it. You have to love it.
You woke up. We have a lot of new people coming in. We have a lot of young seniority in the building. And don't get me wrong, when I mean young seniority, I'm talking about new people coming in. They want to see something different. They want to see something innovative. What I want to do is I want to take some of that old and mix that with that new. Not trying to reinvent the wheel, but I'm just trying to merge it. And, I see a lot of opportunity because we're making a lot of mistakes right now.
Okay.
And the thing about it is if we want to leave a legacy behind, we got to get on board.
Okay. It's a few different positions. I mean, you got a lot of positions that's up right now during election season.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want you to mention all of them, but just maybe the main top ones, because I remember being in Fort, and I remember a lot of people sort of not really knowing, what all
dealt with
positions.
the ramifications of the initial incident for nearly 4 years. According to the Associated Press, a dummy dressed in a UPS uniform hung from the ceiling from August 9th to August 13th in 2012. The plaintiff said a manager put the dummy up for a safety instruction to show the 3 points of contact when using a ladder. The dummy is tied around the neck, appearing as a lynched man. The lawsuit states that the dummy's hands and 1 foot were tied to a ladder.
There is nothing you can do once you actually buy a bond if you want to be paid.
Right. Let me get that.
There is no saying no.
Right.
You know what? You bought the bond, you spent your money, and now I gotta pay you. That's how it works. There ain't no, you know what? No. You know what? No. We need this. Let me get that out you.
Hey, keep them right there. Let me get these right here, and we're gonna get at you.
Hey, you know what? Everybody out there, step your lifestyle up, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm trying to buy a home too. I'm trying to buy a home. You know what I'm saying? I hate living in an apartment. Step your lifestyle up.
New director of diversity and belonging at Airbnb.
Because that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna settle for less. And I feel that I have. I'm upgraded.
But it's just, I mean, when you upgrade, it's more qualities, Jen,
than just
her body and her
That's
look.
right.
You know what I'm saying? You
That
it's the
bank
whole
account do
package.
too.
It's like her education. You know what I'm saying? And the things that she's striving for.
Or just the way that she makes him feel overall.
Exactly. That kill me when they say she should be looking better than me. That's not the only thing. She might be screwing better than you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You might think everybody thinks that.
Why haven't you been married? I mean, seriously, why haven't you been married? Have you been married? You divorced? Do you want to get married again? Or are you afraid because of the first marriage? But this conversation is for you. It's not for me just to talk to you. It's for you to call in to tell us. And there are many people that are listening. This radio station has a far reach, and many people will hear your comments. Many people will hear your complaints, or many people will hear just how you feel. And I think we can all learn from
Say that
your
6 times,
decision
Mike, go.
that you
Three
made.
free throws, three free throws, three free throws, three free throws, three free throws.
Come on, Randall, let me hear.
3 free throws, 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 3 free throws.
You're pretty good.
That's
Don't stay at a steady pace.
I got him this time. I got this time.
Hey, April.
Red leather, yellow leather. Say it 6 times. Red leather. Hey, April. Red leather, yellow leather.
That's easy.
Go for it. 6 times.
Red leather, yellow leather, 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 red leather, yellow leather.
Actually, it's a step. Yeah, I guess like his the man dating his mother wasn't going to get the money he wanted out of the company signs with the team. So the speculation is that the stepfather, the estranged stepfather, like hacked his business up as kind of like a payback for not giving him the kickback.
That's horrible. I don't even have a joke for that. I have no jokes. That's not even funny. Wow.
If it was the network's idea, if it was Disney's idea,
Okay.
because they wanted to help boost Good Morning America's ratings, you know, she has been with them a lot longer than Michael Strahan
Yes,
has.
right,
They
right.
could have, the least they could have done. Honestly, I think Kelly could carry the show by herself.
She could.
Yeah.
I don't think she needs a coach.
So, as the bio said, married 16 years, 17 in August.
Okay.
August 7th. And got 5 kids, 14 grandkids.
Wow.
Every time that point come up, folks go, ooh.
Right.
And like, Bernie Mac said, oh, ooh, help me with
Right.
help me. And so, yeah, but I've always had a passion to help folks maximize their potential, whatever that might be. Maximize their
that people actually don't even recognize. When we're dealing with these elections, there are unintended consequences during the process as well as after the people get in office. And here's where some of our brothers of the struggle are going to get angry. But let's talk about Barack Obama's presidency.
Figuratively first and literally. I am disclosing on this show, which someone told me never do. Don't put it on social media. Don't put it in the public. But I'm disclosing I hit 186 pounds. I am as big as I have ever been in my entire life. And shame to all of my Facebook friends and all of my real friends for letting me get this big. But I am disclosing this May 9th, 2016, that I have got to get this weight off me.
Okay,
So
come with it. I'm telling you, no, I'm only gonna get it if it's good to get, if it's worth the getting. Believe me, I'll start showing you the get. All right, I'm scared it's gonna be hot. Let's get it, you guys. Yolanda, you're so silly. Shy low key, because we're gonna be shy low key, aren't we, baby? Shy low key. All right, let's get it. Let's see my man's Ross Augusta, what he did. Jelani, can he get up here?
Yeah, that's
Do
cool.
you think Ross can come on up here and whip this darn mic out? You think we got some room for Ross? Come on, Ross. You better take some of that scarf off now. You've got to come over here and pick out one of these colors, Ross. Give Ross whichever one you want him to have, Yolanda. Bring him to the table. We pick for the men here. Sorry. It's Mother's Day, darn it. It was our weekend. Come on, up for the mothers.
Let's give a hand for the mothers again.